I never thought firing someone could feel like pulling the pin on a grenade, but that's exactly what it was when I, McKinley Harper, got canned from Apex Dynamics on a drizzly Tuesday in Midtown Manhattan. 1 minute, I'm in the glass-walled conference room, voice steady as I call out the execs for burying that whistleblower report on the toxic waste dumping. Lives ruined in Jersey suburbs. Kids with weird rashes nobody could explain. And the next, HR's got me by the elbow, whispering about breach of confidentiality, while security hauls my ass to the elevator. Shocking? Hell yeah. Controversial? You bet. Because I wasn't just some mid-level drone. I was the one who'd crunched the numbers proving our CEO, Victor Langford, had greenlit the whole cover-up to juice quarterly profits. And the real gut punch? As the doors ding shut on my old life, my phone buzzes with a text from my fiancé, Derek. Heard you got the boot. Tough break. Drinks later. Like he hadn't been the one feeding Victor my emails, trading my loyalty for a corner office. But here's the part that still makes my skin crawl. The twist nobody saw coming. Not even me. Until it was too late. That night, after drowning my sorrows in a dive bar off Times Square where the jukebox spits out Springsteen anthems like they're going out of style, I stumble home to our overpriced Brooklyn walk-up. Derek's not there. He's working late, which I now know means schmoozing Victor at some steakhouse in the meatpacking district, sealing deals with backroom handshakes and aged scotch. I collapse onto the couch, the room spinning from cheap whiskey, and that's when it hits. A migraine like nothing I've ever felt, a vice clamping my skull, visions flashing. Victor's smug grin at the holiday party last December, Derek's hand on his shoulder like they're blood brothers, and me, always the fool, signing off on falsified EPA reports because Derek swore it was just this once. For us, baby. Betrayal doesn't get deeper than that. It's not a knife in the back, it's the hand that raised you, twisting the blade. I wake up gasping, but something's wrong. The sheets feel starched and foreign. The air smells like sandalwood cologne instead of our usual lavender detergent. My hands, Jesus, my hands, are veined and manicured, not the calloused paws from late nights typing code. I bolt upright, heart hammering, and catch my reflection in the floor-to-ceiling windows of a penthouse overlooking Central Park. Victor Langford stares back at me, his silver fox hair tousled, his jawline sharp as a shark's fin. I've read about this shit in tabloids. Urban legends of near-death swaps, quantum glitches from stress or bad karma. But living it? It's like God, or the devil, decided to hand me the keys to Hell's Cadillac. 1 second I'm McKinley, the overlooked analyst who'd taken the fall for Victor's sins, and the next, I'm in his skin, his body, his goddamn empire. And as the first rays of dawn hit the Hudson, I make the call that seals it. No cops, no shrinks. This is my shot at payback, and I'm not wasting it on therapy sessions in some midtown high-rise. The first few hours in Victor's body are a fever dream of power and paranoia. His phone, my phone now, blows up with alerts, stock ticks, mistresses texting eggplant emojis, and a voicemail from Derek, voice oily as ever. Vic, buddy, that Harper chick went nuclear today. Handled it clean, though? Owe me one. I laugh, a deep baritone rumble that echoes off the marble floors, and it's the sound of freedom mixed with bile. Derek, my fiancé of 3 years, the guy who'd proposed on a yacht off the Hamptons with a ring that cost more than my mom's house in Ohio. He'd sold me out for a promotion. It started small, leaked memos, whispered doubts in Victor's ear about my instability. But it escalated when I dug too deep into the environmental scandal. Victor's company, Apex, had been piping industrial sludge into groundwater for years, falsifying tests to dodge fines. I found the proof, emails, ledgers, even a slush fund for bribed regulators. And instead of going public, I confronted Derek first, thinking loyalty ran both ways. Big mistake. He looped in Victor, who pinned the whole mess on me. Harper's disgruntled, making shit up. And just like that, I was the fall guy, my career torched while they high-fived over golf at Pebble Beach. Now, with Victor's Rolodex in my pocket, metaphorically, since the guy's got a digital vault that makes Fort Knox look like a piggy bank, I start small. Breakfast at Le Bernardin, where the maitre d' bows like I'm Rockefeller reborn, and I grill the waiter about Derek's habits. That associate of mine, the eager one, likes his martinis dirty, doesn't he? The kid nods, oblivious, and I tip him a Benjamin, the weight of crisp bills feeling like contraband. By noon, I'm in Apex's tower on Park Avenue. striding past receptionists who part like the Red Sea. The elevator ride up 30 floors is my warpath montage. Mirrors reflecting Victor's tailored Zegna suit hugging his frame, a Patek Philippe ticking on my wrist worth more than my student loans. I rehearse the lines in my head, the controversial decisions already bubbling. Do I expose it all at once, tanking the stock and ruining thousands of 401ks? Or play the long game, make them eat their own poison? The boardroom awaits, a sanctum of walnut paneling and egos the size of aircraft carriers. Victor's inner circle, 6 VPs in Hermes ties, nursing lattes from the executive kitchen, snaps to attention as I enter. Morning, team, I say, Victor's timbre dripping honeyed venom. Heard we had a little drama yesterday. Murmurs ripple, eyes dart. Elena, the CFO with a bob sharper than her spreadsheets, clears her throat. McKinley Harper. Unfortunate, but necessary. She was unstable. Unstable. The word lands like a slap, and I feel Victor's fists clench under the table. Derek's there too, at the far end, all boyish charm and pressed khakis, flashing that grin that used to melt me. Handled it personally, Vic. She's out, NDA signed. No leaks. I lean back, steepling fingers that feel alien yet potent, and drop the hook. What if I told you Harper wasn't the leak? That the real rot's closer to home? Gasps, a chair scrape. Controversial? Abso-fucking-lutely. Accusing your own golden boy in a room full of sharks. Derek's smile falters, just a twitch, but I catch it. The secret I've buried since the swap hits me then. In Victor's memories, fragmented like a corrupted hard drive, I see it all. The betrayal wasn't just professional, it was personal. Derek and Victor, entangled in more than boardroom deals. Late nights at the office turning into something sordid, a power play where my fiancé climbed the ladder on his boss's dime and mine. I'd covered for them once, years back, when an intern accused Victor of harassment. I vouched for him, thinking it was team spirit, swallowing the guilt like bad coffee. That mistake haunted me, but now, it's ammunition. The meeting drags into accusations and deflections, tension thick as fog off the East River. I push buttons, questioning expense reports, hinting at audits, watching Derek sweat through his Brooks Brothers shirt. By lunch, he's cornered me in the executive washroom, all frantic whispers. Vic, what's this about? Harper's gone. We buried that shit. I fix him with Victor's ice blue stare, inches from his face, and murmur. You think you can play both sides, kid? I know about the weekends in the Hamptons. The yacht. Her. His eyes widen. Does he sense something off, like I'm wearing Victor's skin too loosely? But he recovers, chuckling nervously. Come on, boss. We're in this together. Together. The word twists like barbed wire in my gut. Afternoon bleeds into strategy sessions, where I greenlight a cleanup on the environmental files, publicly, at least. Privately, I'm emailing anonymous tips to the EPA from a burner account, breadcrumbs leading straight to Victor's desk. The dark thrill builds, shadows creeping as I navigate his life. A call from his ex-wife demanding alimony. A flirt from his assistant that I shut down cold. Power's intoxicating, but it's laced with dread. What if the swap reverses? What if I'm stuck as this monster forever? Evening falls, and I head to that dive bar, ordering whiskey neat, toasting to the woman I was, McKinley, the whistleblower nobody listened to. But as neon flickers outside, a text from an unknown number. Enjoying the view, McKinley? We need to talk. My blood runs cold. Who the hell knows? Sleep doesn't come easy in Victor's penthouse bed, all Egyptian cotton and orthopedic pillows that scream midlife crisis. I toss, haunted by flashes, not just his memories bleeding into mine, but mine invading his. Childhood Christmases in Cleveland with mom's Jell-O salads and dad's Packers rants. College hookups in Ann Arbor dorms reeking of ramen and regret. The swap's a curse wrapped in a gift, his secrets unspooling like a bad Netflix thriller. Turns out, Victor didn't just greenlight the dumping. He orchestrated it from day one, back when Apex was a scrappy startup in the 90s, cutting corners to outpace competitors. The crime I bore? It was bigger than falsified reports. I'd signed a deposition years ago, under duress from Derek, claiming the waste was biodegradable, shielding Victor from a class action suit that could have bankrupted the firm. Innocence lost in a haze of love and ambition, my signature the noose around my own neck. Dawn cracks gray over the skyline, and I'm back in the fray, Victor's Bentley purring through traffic-clogged avenues to Apex. The driver's chatty, Raul, from Queens, with stories of his kids' Little League dreams. And for a moment, I almost confess, hey man, I'm not who you think. But nah, compartmentalize, McKinley. Revenge is a marathon, not a sprint, and mine's got pit stops at every hypocrisy. First up, the morning briefing, where I unveil a restructuring plan that's pure poison ivy. Layoffs targeted at Victor's cronies, the yes-men who'd laughed off the dumping as business as usual, framed as efficiency measures. Elena squawks, this'll tank morale. I smile, all teeth. Morale's overrated when shareholders are circling. Controversial? Like firing union reps during a recession. Heads roll, whispers of sexism because half the cuts hit the women who'd called out Victor's glass ceiling. Derek corners me post-meeting in the hallway, Armani cologne clashing with his panic sweat. Vic, what the fuck? You're gutting my team. His hand on my arm. Victor's arm. Feels like violation, a ghost of intimacies I never shared. I shake him off, voice low. Your team? Or the one you built on my back? He blinks, confusion etching lines around his eyes. The mind swap's edge sharpens. Victor's cunning seeps in, letting me read him like a marked deck. Derek's not just ambitious. He's desperate. Debts from a gambling habit Victor enabled. Hookups with the boss, a twisted payment plan. Harper knew too much. He hisses, but she's gone. Let it die. I lean in, breath hot. Some things don't die easy, Derek. Like loyalty. His face drains, and I walk away, heart pounding with the thrill of the hunt. Lunch is a power play at the Palm. Caricatures of fat cat clients lining the walls like trophies. Victor's usual table, booth in the back, where deals get inked on napkins, is mine now, and I invite the press. A reporter from the Post, off the record, feeding her scraps about internal audits at Apex. She's sharp, a Barnard grad with a no bullshit bob, and probes rumors of environmental issues. Your predecessor. You ever addressed that? I deflect with charm, Victor's schmooze on autopilot, but drop a bomb. Predecessor? Let's just say fresh eyes see old dirt. She perks, scribbling, and as we part, I slip her a USB, sanitized files from Victor's cloud, enough to stir the pot without boiling over. Dark? Sure, because those eyes include innocents. Janitors in Jersey who'd gotten sick from the runoff, their stories buried under NDAs I now control. Afternoon spirals into chaos. The stock dips 2% on leaked whispers. Analysts on CNBC speculating leadership shakeup. Victor's board calls an emergency huddle via Zoom because one's in Aspen skiing powder and I play the oracle. Market's jittery. Time to come clean on sustainability. Gasps echo through the pixels. One old-timer, Harlan from the founding days, mutters about betraying the vision. Vision? More like a Ponzi scheme on steroids. Harlan's the secret keeper, the one who'd engineered the initial dump sites, his golf buddies in Jersey Paul's turning blind eyes for envelopes of cash. I probe him post-call, casual over virtual scotch. Remember that Jersey project, Harlan? Good times. He chuckles, but his eyes, pixelated, sure dart. Gotcha. Evening descends like a shroud, tension coiling tighter than a noose. I hit a gala at the Met, black tie schmooze fest for greenwashed philanthropists, in Victor's Tom Ford tux, mingling with senators and starlets who air-kiss like it's currency. Derek's there, arm candy attached, some intern with extensions and a trust fund, her laugh tinkling like wind chimes in a hurricane. He avoids me, but I corner him by the Egyptian wing, mummies staring judgment from alcoves. Dance. I ask, Victor's baritone a dare. He stiffens but takes my hand, waltzing to some string quartet massacre of Beyoncé. Close, too close. His cologne triggers a memory flood. Our engagement night, him whispering promises in that same scent. What's with you today? He murmurs, breath on my neck. Like you're different. My pulse spikes. Does he sense the swap? The woman inside the wolf? I spin him out, hard. Maybe I'm seeing clear for once. The real you. The debts, the deals, the dirt on McKinley. He stumbles, face ashen. What the? But the crowd swallows him, and I slip away, pulse racing. The weight of what's coming pressing like thunderheads. Back at the penthouse, alone with skyline solitude, I crack Victor's safe, biometrics bypassed by a print from his my hand. Inside, ledgers, photos, a letter from his dying father confessing Apex's original sin, a land grab that displaced immigrant families in the Bronx. Secrets upon secrets, each a brick in the wall I'd crashed against. I copy it all to the cloud, anonymous drops queued for dawn. But as midnight tolls, that unknown text pings again. McKinley, stop playing. Meet at the old site, Jersey Turnpike. Midnight tomorrow. Where everyone learns your little secret. Victor's hands tremble. Who? Harlan? Elena? Or worse, someone who knows about the swap. A glitch in the matrix with their own agenda? The controversial choice looms. Go alone, risk it all, or call the bluff and accelerate the fall. I choose the dark path, because revenge isn't clean, it's a stain that spreads. Sleep evades, replaced by plans, contingencies, escapes, the by-kitsch poetry of it all. By 3 a.m., I'm scripting the climax, an all-hands tomorrow, where I, as Victor, will torch the empire from within. But doubt gnaws. Is this justice, or just another betrayal? The city hums below, indifferent, and I wonder if McKinley, the real one, would recognize the monster in the mirror. The Jersey Turnpike at midnight is a graveyard of rusting semis and sodium-lit despair, the air thick with diesel fumes and the ghosts of bad decisions. I pull up in Victor's Jag, headlights cutting fog like a scalpel, his heart, my rhythm, thudding against ribs that feel too broad, too armored. The old site is a chain-link wasteland off Exit 11, overgrown weeds choking what used to be Apex's dumping ground. Cracked concrete paths where toxins leached into the soil, turning playgrounds into poison zones. I step out, Oxford's crunching gravel, the chill wind off the marshes whipping Victor's cashmere coat around me like a cape of lies. No gun, too American movie cliché, but a pocket knife from his desk drawer, its edge a whisper of the violence I won't unleash, not yet. The text cinder waits in shadows, a silhouette by a derelict pump house, and as I approach, voice steady. Show yourself. It's Elena. Not the polished CFO in pearls, but raw, hair frizzed, mascara streaks like war paint, a Glock trembling in her manicured grip. Victor, or should I say McKinley? Drop the act. My world tilts. She knows. How? A beat. Then it floods. Victor's fragmented recall. A drunken night months back when he'd confessed the impossible to her. A glitch from a Vegas retreat. Some shaman bullshit with ayahuasca and quantum woo-woo. She dismissed it as ego, but when Victor started acting off, questioning her ledgers, sparing the women in cuts, she pieced it. You're her. She spits, gun wavering. The whistleblower bitch in my boss's body. And I'm ending this before you drag us all down. Betrayal's echo chamber. Elena wasn't just complicit. She was architect, the one who'd funneled bribes to regulators. Her ambition a black hole sucking in morals. The crime I'd shouldered? Her falsified audits were the backbone, my signature the pretty bow. Tension coils, a standoff in the murk, rain spitting like accusations. Why protect him? I ask, hands raised, Victor's timbre a shield. She laughs, bitter. Protect? He promised me the throne. After you two idiots, you and Derek, fumbled the cover-up. You two idiots. The twist uncoils slow. Elena and Victor, not just colleagues, a affair forged in boardrooms, her the puppet master pulling Derek's strings through me. I'd taken the fall not once, but layered, vouching for Victor's harassment to shield Elena's involvement, then the depot to bury her audits. Deep betrayal, a family tree of deceit with me as the sacrificial lamb. Derek was the weak link, she sneers. Fed you crumbs to keep you loyal, while we built the real empire. The gun steadies. Her finger whitens on the trigger. Controversial decision. Fight or fold. I lunge, not for the weapon but her phone, snatched from her pocket mid-grapple, screen alive with queued emails. Exposés to the feds, timed for dawn, framing me, Victor's body, as the sole villain. We tussle, a blur of elbows and curses, mud-slicking Victor's slacks like shame. She clips my shoulder, grazed, burning, but I pin her, knife at her throat. Not pressing, just promising. This ends now. I gasp, rain mingling with sweat. But not like this. Sirens wail distant, my anonymous tip, the USB's fruit ripening, and her eyes widen, realization dawning. The swap's not her only problem. I cuff her wrists with her own belt, poetic, dark, and drag her to the Jag, zip-tying her to the passenger seat. Drive back to the city is silent fury, her glares boring holes, my mind racing contingencies. Drop her at a precinct? Or leverage? The power shift thrills and terrifies. I'm no killer, but mercy's a luxury in this skin. Dawn breaks bloody over the bridges as I hit apex, Elena bundled in the trunk like forgotten luggage. The all-hands is packed. Hybrid hell of in-person suits and remote faces, the auditorium humming with unease from yesterday's leaks. I take the stage, mic hot, Victor's charisma a drug. Team, I boom, today we face the truth. Slides flicker, the dumping docks, emails chaining Victor, Elena, Derek in a daisy chain of doom. Gasps cascade. Derek, front row, goes ghost white, bolting for the exit. But security, my new allies tipped off, hauls him back. This company was built on lies. I continue, voice cracking with McKinley's fire. I built it. Hell, I buried it, and now it burns. Controversial? Armageddon in pinstripes. Stocks plummet live on the Bloomberg feed. Pensions vaporize, but justice surges like a Hudson tide. Reporters swarm outside. The Post gal leading the charge, her scoop now a tsunami. Climax crests in the chaos. Cops swarm, tipped by my pre-dawn call, cuffing Elena as she shrieks from the wings, Derek blubbering confessions in a holding cell. But the twist, the real gut-wrencher, hits as they Mirandize me. Victor's face on every camera. Obstruction, fraud, conspiracy. Wait, what? Elena's cued emails, the ones I'd snatched. They weren't framing Victor. They were exonerating him, painting her as the rogue, with proof of my, McKinley's, duress. The truth reverses. I'd been the patsy not just once, but engineered from the start. Victor, in his original body, wherever the hell it is, had anticipated the swap, confided in Elena as a failsafe. The glitch wasn't random. It was bait, a ritual he triggered to offload his sins onto me, the loyal fool who'd always cleaned up. As badges clamped my wrists, Derek's dragged past, whispering, "She made me, McKinley. Said it was mercy for us." Mercy? A bike hitch joke, the empire crumbling not from my revenge, but their design. They haul me out to flashing lights, rain sheeting the plaza like tears for the woman I was. The crowd, protesters chanting for Apex's head, shareholders baying, parts, and in the scrum, I spot her. The Post reporter, notebook out, eyes locked on mine. "Any words?" she yells. I lean into the mic cams, Victor's voice raw with McKinley's soul. The real control? It's never at the top. It's in the lies we swallow. Fade to black, sirens wailing. The debatable end. Victory in ruin, or tragedy in triumph. Jailed as the monster, but the secrets spill. EPA raids dawn, class actions bloom, lives reclaimed from the muck. Derek testifies, broken. Elena rots in federal holding. And me? If the swap holds, Victor rots from inside. My memory's his prison. Or it flips, and I'm free. But scarred. The girl who spoke up, now the legend who toppled kings. Who's really in control? You tell me. America, pull the pin, and watch it all blow.